Johannes, give us your thoughts first on that very hard-fought win.
Yeah, hard fought, but I'm pleased with first half. I'm really pleased with the start of the game. I think we were good. I think we were dominant. I think we should have been 1-0 up after 2 minutes. That big chance for Sarge, beautiful cross from Lucian. And I think we looked dangerous. I think we were creating good opportunities, good chances for us. I think we got the momentum in the game also with a couple of corner kicks, creating chances also from set plays, which is also important for us. And I think defensively we looked solid. I think they have that one header at the back post in first half, which is acceptable for us going away from home. So I'm really pleased with first half. Then I think, of course, after the red card, game picture changes a little bit, and we should have done better, I would say, in terms of our approach in second half. Because I think from just looking, I think we were probably caught a little bit in between whether we should go and chase that second goal or whether we should just control the game and make sure that we didn't concede any chances. I'm pleased with that we didn't really give anything away, but I'm not so pleased with the amount of chances that we created, even though, of course, it was close a couple of times to have clear chances against the goalkeeper, but we should have created more.
What was your take on the red card incident?
The
red
first
card,
one or the
yes.
second one?
The one that was red card for the player.
Yeah, I think just from watching outside, it's the only time I've seen it. I've not seen any slow motion of situations. So, but what I hear is that it was an obvious red card. But I will not say too much about it because I haven't seen it only live when it happened.
I've got to ask you because Tom Cleverley sat there and on more than one occasion he has effectively accused your players of using, quote, the dark arts. He said Marcondes has thrown himself to the ground. Yeah,
but you also know me, Paddy, and I was waiting outside here and I was waiting for a lot of minutes and it's just if Tom and his team want to talk about Norwich, then it's fine for us. It probably tells me that we are an exciting football team and we create stories around the country when we play well. So it's fine. I never go into too much of that. I focus on my team and you know what I saw out there and also what I hear from people watching the incident. They think it was obvious. And yeah, you asked me about the red card incidents, and it's with an S at the end because there's more of them. Yeah, I mean, you're referring to when Sargent goes through in the second half, that one, yeah. Yeah.
As you say, I mean, when you go there to get yourself in front 6-7 minutes or so after what was the message at half time?
It was not to be carried away. It was to keep the structure in the game and also avoid situations where we could lift the atmosphere in the ground. I told them to stay out of all possible situations where we could provoke a reaction or something like that could happen, because that's of course one way to get an even game again, and then to keep the structure, find the rhythm in the game, and just of course see if we can have a game picture where it was us on their half as much as possible, creating chances and at least just being dominant. And I think we had spells in second half where we looked solid, where we looked good, where we exactly did that, but like I said, we're not creating enough, and I think we should have killed the game and we should have probably have had a better rhythm in our passing game. I think we got too spread in occasions, and the ball flow, ball tempo was not good enough for us. And that was the reason why it was only 1-0 towards the end of the game. And yeah, with 10 minutes to go, we also need to take a decision and say, okay, now we just have to make sure that we get a result here and don't concede anything. And I think in terms of that, the players did well.
You zoom out, this is a team here, I think only Leeds and Sheffield, you said yesterday, very strong at home. I think there are only two teams that had a better home record.
Yeah.
Does it feel like a big win? You know, it's got you within touching distance of the top six tonight.
It is a big win, and for us, of course, the result is important. It's always important in football, but what also matters is the way that we approach the game, the way that we can play. We play with so many young players again today, and I think Lucian stepping in as a left back, 19-year-old, and just playing like he's been in the championship for so many years, starting with that very good cross after a couple of minutes. And I think he did a fantastic performance, killing Fisher on the other side, where it seems like I just constantly tell him to take a new role every time we play, and he just steps into that role and making it his own role. But sometimes, or actually a lot, we forget that they are so young, some of those players, and they just have to do it on a difficult way or a difficult pitch away from home. So I'm really pleased with the attitude and the personality, and I'm pleased with the way we played first half, because I think we were were good and we were solid and we were creating the chances that we have to create.
I was going to ask you about Mahovo because he's also up against in Sissoko, a very experienced Premier League level player, and he gave as good as he got there.
Yeah, definitely. That was probably also the reason why he was tired 5 minutes ago. But yeah, like we said, we've had a lot of injuries and we still have a lot of injuries. And I think this was, like I promised more or less yesterday, the youngest bench we've had so far in the season. But like we've also said a lot of times, it comes with opportunities when there's injuries and when there's players not available. And he's definitely one of them who have taken that. And that's just, yeah. Really, I'm pleased to see that because it's exactly how we want to develop the club going forward. So yeah.
Got to ask you, is that a new celebration you've launched there with the away fans?
No, I hate it.
I know exactly that. We've not seen you do that before.
No, I hate it.
So why did you feel today you wanted to do it?
Because I was pushed to do it. So sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone and do something that you don't really like. Because I think, in football, and I have two things I really hate in football. That's when you celebrate individuals, whether it's award shows or situations like that, and when you celebrate individuals after games, because it's a team performance. And I'm just in front of a coaching staff where they work so many hours because I come up with crazy ideas once in a while, and they have to stay for hours and keep on working. And the same with players, they have to do what we tell them, but they have to work hard as well, and they have to leave everything out there on the pitch. So I think it's a team performance, and I think what I like though is if we just everyone, and that would probably be next time we win, that we probably all of us go down there together because it's a team sport, it's a team performance, and yeah, that's the reason.
A couple more if I can. I mean, you said a little bit earlier then one or two injuries again today. No Arnell. Asked you about him. Why he wasn't involved?
He had a knock to his knee in training a couple of days ago. And we thought actually that it was only just a knock, and he could carry on and he would be in training again the next day. But he felt it when he came in the morning, and we assessed him, and he was not ready because he couldn't really run. So of course he could not be a part of the squad. And then with Jose, he overslept and missed the meeting Friday morning. So an easy call also.
Yeah, I mean that's clearly that's not acceptable, is it? I'm sure you've got standards and behaviours for him to do that.
Yeah, and you can do it in many ways, and I think what he did was just to raise his arm when I met with him when he finally came to the training center. I said he just completely overslept. They had a day off, the players, on Thursday, and he didn't manage, of course, to be at the training center at the right time. And I said to him that it's fair enough, and we make sure that after this game that clean slate and we're back again and we work with each other and support each other again. But obviously I cannot select you for the team going to Watford because that's not how we are. Or who we are. Sorry,
I mean, will there be any other repercussions there, like an internal fine or anything like that?
I think the players will solve it, which I think it's fair enough because he also, without me talking too much into it, gave an okay explanation to why it happened, and that's for me sometimes enough. And also just by seeing a player where he was sad about the situation, so probably that for him not to be around the team today was enough. And I think it's just important to mention we have a very very clear way of how we behave and what we do with our culture and our environment. Players know exactly what they can do and what they cannot do, and there's a consequence. But we also here to support each other, whether it's Jose being late or it's Borja Sainz doing things he should not do away in Sunderland. But there's a consequence, but there's also support afterwards.
Final one, obviously 2 days out from the window now. I mean, you said yesterday 1 or 2 additions, if they fit with the strategy. Does Emmanuel Hernandez fit with the strategy?
Obviously, I know him. He's a great player, and I think he's a great centre back. I think it comes down to, again, squad planning and how everything will look like. Of course, there's some teams just below us where they start to be interested in some of the young players we have that are not really playing on a consistent basis. So I think we spent the evening tonight and also probably tomorrow looking at if there's any of those young guys where we best for them to go out on a loan, and then probably that could create some space for us bringing in players. So whether it's Fernandes or it's someone else, potentially there can be an open spot.
Would that obviously maybe rule in Brad Hills maybe going out and get some?
Yeah, I think Brad Hills is a great player, and we will definitely use him just like we did today. But But we also have to sit down and find out whether it's best for him and his development to have those 10-15 minutes every second week and then some under 21 minutes and training with us, or if it's better for him to go out on a loan and play hopefully every Saturday. So he's definitely one of the players where we need to take a decision also together with him and his supervisors, his agents, to find out what's best for him and his development.
Johannes.
Thank you. Johannes, just to get to be clear, you felt that when Sargent was brought down, when he went clear, that should have been a red card?
I think for my position, again, I think I've said it over and over again in this league, I have a huge trust in the referees because I think they do a good job and they do a difficult job out there. There's so many situations they have to deal with that is with full intensity and a high pulse. But I think from my position, it looked like that he was clear on goal and he was about to have a clear shot on goal. And from understanding the rules, when that is taken away from him, then it's a clear decision to take. So that's how I see it. Yeah.
Because was Watford then claiming that Angus shot the taxi. In the reverse situation, that wasn't a red card. But Angus actually was injured.
Yeah, it was clearly clear and obvious for everyone. I think not a red card because he was first on the ball and he bounced that into the striker and it was out for a goal kick. And I think the ref did a good job by just killing the emotions. I know the emotions sometimes can be high in football, but especially us from the outside. And I only talk about me and my coaching staff because I don't engage with talks and comments to other clubs and other teams and other coaches because that's for them to manage. But I think for us, we have to deal with the facts. We have to deal with what's actually going on out there. And I think that was clear and obvious for all of us that it was a goal kick.
And the last one, talking about Sargent, 2 last week, another one this week, which was a winner. I think he had some injury problems earlier on this season.
Yeah.
Really, I saw the highlights from Swansea. Seems to be really coming back on form.
He's a great striker. So the tricky part for us is, and it's been a while now, for us to make sure that we load him the right way, where he cannot go 90 and 90 and 90 and 90. So that was the reason why we took him off against Swansea after 65. That was also the reason why we took him off today, because we still have to be careful. He's a top striker, and not only for us, but in the whole league. So we have to be really, really careful and plan our decisions with him in the best possible way, because the last thing we need is to play without him.
Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.